12 months ago, I really thought I could do it all. I thought I was Superwoman. I was doing 8 different things, juggling them all, and literally by mid-August, I was like, Remy, if you don't stop, you're going to break. And I felt that I was on the verge of burnout. And in this video, I want to talk about what led me to that point, what my symptoms were, and how I feel like I really managed to avoid burnout before it took over my life. And I really believe that I turned it around before it was too late. And in this video, I really want to discuss what led me to that point of almost burning out or being at the early stages of burnout, how I navigated through it, and give you tips to do the same in your life. So stick around to the end. So at the beginning of the year, these are the things that I had going on. I was working in my job basically full time, and anytime I had a day off, I would go in because I was working towards completing a module, and I really wanted to get it done. On top of that, I had a part-time job, which I still do, and I'm working 10 to 15 hours a week in that role. I decided to rebrand and rebuild a business with my co-founder. I decided to start a YouTube channel and grow my personal brand, and I was also posting more to LinkedIn. I'm a member of my church and an active member, and at the beginning of the year I was in 2 departments, and one of those I was a deputy in the department. And then, of course, on top of that, I'm a wife, I have 2 kids, I have a house that requires maintenance. And then I decided to take on careers coaching, and then I went and took on personal brand coaching as well. And in and amongst this, I was using all my free time to research how I could grow a business, be better at a business, and how to just become a millionaire, basically. And you might be watching this and being like, why are you doing all these things? That sounds like a crazy woman. Or you might be like, old me and be like, I could do all of those and not break out. I live to tell the tale. But my big why and my strong why was I'd really gone through a period in sort of 2022, 2023 of really not enjoying my job, not enjoying my career, and trying to figure out how can I find a way out. I went through careers counselling at that time and came out with a plan. And in my plan, I was going to finish my training, I was going to start a business, and I was going to do all of these things within 2 years. And by the end of those 2 years, I was going to have a 6-figure business. That was my goal. That was my driving point. And my strongest why was because I want autonomy, I want freedom, and I really want to be around for my kids. So I was like, if I power through these next 2 years, I will get there quick enough to actually do what I want to do, which is be around and be present in my home life. So those are my whys. And the reason I'm telling you this is because you really need to think about your why when you're doing certain things and decide if that why is actually being met by the things that you're doing. So what happened in mid-August? In mid-August, I was exhausted. I was frazzled. If you can think about Inside Out 2, if you've watched it, that scene where anxiety is just going off the rails and it's like fizzing at the edge. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was fizzing at the edges. I felt like I was coming out of my skin. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I was exhausted. I was irritable. I wasn't present. I was with the kids that I'm doing all this stuff for, and I wasn't being present with them. I was being stuck on my phone, checking YouTube stats, checking growth on Instagram, TikTok, responding to work emails because of course I'm still in a training program and that requires a lot of work, producing audits. At the time I was planning a national conference, a teaching conference, so I was responding to emails about that. And I was just frazzled. I wasn't sleeping through the night. I was routinely waking up 2 or 3 times a night feeling quite anxious, going to bed with my anxiety levels being quite high, being exhausted all the time. And I was overeating. I'm currently a couple of kilos higher than I want to be, ever have been. And it was because I was just comfort snacking. I would be intermittent fasting, but I would literally just grab anything I can grab a hold of. I had the intentions of waking up early, but every morning felt like crap, and therefore didn't wake up. It was just not great. And I think it was about mid-August, my husband had called me out. He was like, this is not sustainable. And I really shifted from having careers coaching, personal branding coaching, to being, actually, I need to make a change. So I'm going to tell you what changes I've made, and how I think they've really made a difference and made me feel like I'm now within the layers of my skin. I really don't know how to explain it other than feeling within the layers of my skin. That's weird, isn't it? So here are the 5 things I did. And I'll go into these quickly now, and I do think I'll make a separate video really detailing how each one of those have made a difference, because I think this is a whistle-stop tour video as a prelude to another one. So quickly, the 5 things I did is I just got help. I sought help. I decided to get a therapist. I have gone through counselling in the past, which I thought was great. And I was like, actually, I just need to do that again. I need to figure out how I can just be present, be slower, and be calmer, and to stop operating from a place of panic, but actually just chill. So I did that. And then the second thing I did was redefine my why. So in the earlier part of the video, I said that my why was to come to the end of my training program with another job, with another source of income. And that's not really, my why is really to be around for my kids, be present in my marriage, to have a community, to have connections, all of those things which have really just fallen to the wayside over the last 12 months. And then it was like, well, actually, what's the benefit in speeding to get to a destination when you're not enjoying the life that you're living now? And that was another reason I was like, I just need to slow down. And then I decided that I needed to reprioritize. So I'll put it in here, the Maslow's pyramid. And if you see the base, or the base 3 are about physiological needs, emotional needs, psychological needs. And actually these are the things I were disregarding as I was trying to reach the peak of this pyramid. And I was disregarding all the actual foundational steps. And I was like, no, I need to get my foundations right in order to genuinely thrive in that next season. And then the next bit was I had to eliminate. And I'm still in this phase of elimination. What serves me, what doesn't serve me, what will actually make me get better, and what will actually push me forward to that season that I'm trying to move towards. And then the last bit that I've done is all around sort of mindfulness, praying more, slowing down more. Box breathing has actually been a send. It's been amazing. Gratitude journaling. And all of these things to just make me present, to make me centered in the family that I've created, and to enjoy it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm enjoying things more. Am I still working hard? Yes. Do I still have a lot of things going on? Yes. But I am still in that elimination zone, and I'm really hoping to continue this and not to get distracted, not to get panicked again. And so my tips that I'm going to leave with you are, really sit down with your why. Where are you running to? That's what I want you to ask yourself. And what is your true calling in life? And what is your why? And I think if you answer those questions, you'll actually begin to look at what you're doing with a different lens. And I remember actually my careers coach at the beginning of this year was like, Remy, you control your time. You can determine what you do and don't do. And this feeling of I have to is only coming from within. So just question those things in your life. And in the comment section below, let's just carry on this conversation. As we're going into 2025, what things are you going to eliminate to prevent burnout? What things are you going to reprioritize, refocus on, redefine, and so that you can enter 2025 with the drive to do well, but to do so from a place of abundance and from a place of zen, because that's really where I'm feeling that I'm at the moment. Until my next video,